Cloud Angel by Lily, illustrated by Lily and Alexis. A couple of eons ago, Dahlia Khan was born in the clouds. She lived over a small town in the middle of what we now know as Mexico City, where the breeze always smelled like fresh enchiladas. She grew up playing with the birds and taking showers in the cool, wet rain. Sometimes when she would get down on her knees, she would crush a laundry line or a chair, and then the people who lived there would say, "Dolly, would you be a little bit more careful?" But most of the time she would just play with the children and give them rides. She could pick up just about anything, and she was the best babysitter, so everyone loved her, until one day the mayor found a huge crater in the ground instead of his house. He got everyone in the town to come and stand around him. "I saw the whole thing," he lied. "Dolly took my house right out of the ground. What really happened, we will never know." He was the mayor, so the townspeople believed him, all except a little girl named Sue. She was Dolly's best friend, so she set out to tell her what had happened. When Sue finally found Dolly, she was asleep. Sue went up to Dolly's large ear and said, "Dolly, wake up." When Dolly woke up, Sue told her what had happened. "The mayor said you pulled his house right out of the ground, Dolly." "But I would never do such a thing," said Dolly with tears in her eyes. "I know that, but the town doesn't." In the meantime, Dolly had gotten too big to sleep in her mountain, so she had begun to sleep in the clouds, which could never get too small. In 5 months, the town had not had any rain. Sue went up to Dolly to ask for help, but when she found her sleeping in the clouds, she knew what was going on. Dolly was blocking the rain. If Dolly kept on sleeping in the clouds, the town would never have any rain ever again. She went to Dolly and said, "Dolly, if you don't get out of the clouds, we will never get any rain because you're blocking it." The two girls talked about what they could do about this, but in the end they agreed that Dolly needed to move away. After Sue went home, Dolly cried a little because she was born here and she didn't know anywhere else. The world was too big, even for Dolly. Now that the town knew that Dolly was blocking the rain, they were madder than ever. They yelled at Dolly, "Go away, you worthless ball of fluff." It had been a bad hair day for Dolly. Dolly was so upset that she cried for 3 months. Finally, the town had rain. It was summer, so of course there was a lot of pool parties. Eons later, when everybody moved on, so happy with the way things turned out, Dolly became the happiest and most wonderful cloud angel in the world.